Welcome everybody here to the Marietta County Board of Commissioners, February 27th, 2024, 6:00 p.m. meeting. This time we'd ask if you have your cell phone or any kind of electronic devices, that you'll silence them at this time, and we'll stand for invocation. Who else would like to do the invocation? Mr. John, can you handle that? Amy, you want to say the invocation? Thank you.
Let us pray. Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for the commissioners coming together to do the work of the county that may please our constituents. Please go with us, lead us, guide us, direct us as we do the work of the mayor of the county. Christ, amen. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Next on the agenda here is to adopt the agenda. You say that's something?
We do, under number 6 on new business, there is a typo. It should read request to move ARP8 funds instead of ARP. Under number 6, new business should say ARPA.
You should say, yeah.
And then also under the future meetings and notices, March 13th, 2024 is the regular date.
Okay. Anything else, Mr. Allison?
I don't think some of them have made any bigger presentations.
Those two, on those two changes to the agenda, we have a motion to adopt the agenda. So moved. Motion. Second, all in favor? We have any the presentations for Flint River Academy Wildcats football team are not present at this time. They've got a game that most of the players are on. They're going to try to get here before our meeting's over with, and at that time we'll try to work them in and recognize these young guys for their accomplishments this year, state champions. But we'll just move right along and just come back to that if it's possible later on. Mr. John, finance report.
Mr. Chairman, Board of Commissioners, in front of you got the bank balances as of about 4 o'clock today. General funds at $5 million. All the other funds are holding pretty strong. The general fund investment pool is at 8.1 million. Interest rate is currently about 5.25%, so I'm expecting about 40,000 to come in next month. Just want to bring that out that we're getting real good interest rates on that return. On your second page, the SPOS and T-SPOS commitments, you'll notice the 2020 SPOS balance is negative, but we get our allocation tomorrow from the state, which will put us back into the positive, so everything will be fine on that one. And then on the T-SPOS balance, you have 1.3 plus the allocation tomorrow, which would be about 120,000, gives you about 1.4, 1.5 that's ready to be spent. That's currently available to be spent on T-SPOS.
Any questions on the board? Move right along. Thank you for the support there, Mr. John. Any department heads here tonight to speak? Yes. And then we're going to go right on into citizens' comments. I think we have one individual signed up. Is that correct?
Yes, Mr. Russell Pickering.
All right, let me read this off first. Speakers must contact the county clerk on or before the date, sometimes listed below, in order to be placed on the agenda to speak. Speakers must provide their name, address, and a topic they wish to discuss. For the second Wednesday of the month, 9:00 a.m. meeting, speakers must email or call before 5 p.m. on the day before the scheduling meeting. For the fourth Tuesday of the month, 6:00 p.m. meeting, speakers must email or call before 5 p.m. of the day of the scheduled meeting. Speakers must direct their remarks to the board and not to individual commissioners or to the audience. Personal disagreements with individual commissioners or county employees are not a matter of public concern, and personal attacks will not be tolerated. Speakers will be allotted 3 minutes to speak on their chosen topics as they relate to the matter pertinent to the jurisdiction of the Board of Commissioners. No questions will be asked by any of the commissioners during the citizens' comments. Outbursts from the audience will not be tolerated. Common courtesy and civility are expected at all times during the meeting. No speaker will be permitted to speak more than 3 minutes or more than one unless the board votes to suspend this rule. Mr. Ruff, you can come on up and state your name and address, and John, if you would, when you get ready to start, set for 3 minutes.
Russell, 137 Commerce Avenue, LaGrange, Georgia. I submitted some open records requests previously and was referred to get these records from the probate court. However, I'm currently in a lawsuit with the probate court because they claim they're exempt from the Georgia Open Records Act. And that's probably not Miss Beverly's fault. She was probably taking direction from somebody above her. Also, I see that I believe Mr. Lee isn't here this evening. Just want to know if y'all support that filing too many open records requests is considered harassment. And we also, I forgot to mention at the beginning, we probably should take our hats off inside while we're conducting a meeting, but you can do what you want to do. So that's, and then the only one that was that responded, had the intestinal fortitude to respond, which I didn't even request records from, was Mr. Threadgill that sent me the information. So I ended up getting the information that I needed from the elections office. So why would Meriwether County send me to the probate court to get records on an elected official when the probate court is exempt from the Open Records Act, according to Meriwether County? It makes no sense whatsoever. And the gentleman might not be aware of what's going on with it, but you probably need to get with Mr. Nathan Lee or fire these attorneys. Fire them. Do what LaGrange did. Get somebody in-house. Hire somebody in-house, because I'm sure they're milking and diming the county and the taxpayers every time they pick up that phone. Pay somebody on an annual salary. Get them in here and have them lawyer away for you. And that's a huge concern I have. Is if Meriwether's exempt, or if the probate court's exempt from the Open Records Act, why is citizens being sent down there to get records? This is in an email from Nathan Lee giving the Meriwether probate court illegal advice. Illegal advice. Second, and then I don't know why Mr. King's taking a traffic ticket to Superior Court. That's whatever. I mean, do you? Also, a question I have that's been brought up to my attention. Is the Meriwether County Jail under an investigation by the state? For inmate living conditions? If so, then it's probably something that's really serious that needs to be addressed, because I was in there working on something with a gentleman that was arrested for disorderly conduct. I'm sure y'all seen the story. Thousands of people did. And the living conditions, what I saw, what my camera saw, I tell you what, I'd be willing to do it. I'd be willing to stay late. Would any one of y'all want to go step over to the Meriwether County Jail and take a tour right after this meeting? Right after this meeting, let's step over there and let's look. Let's go in. Let's go in and let's look. Let's see how the living conditions are. Because from what I'm being told from inmates that's come out of there, that they are not. They are substandard. And I do believe the previous sheriff was already wrapped up in a few lawsuits.
Thank you for your time, sir.
Is that 3 minutes?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Any other last minute signups?
No.
Right on to the minutes. If everybody had a opportunity to look at the February 14th, 2024, 9:00 a.m. regular meeting minutes. See anything that might need to be changed or corrected? And if not, do I have a motion to accept the minutes? Have a motion? Second, all in favor? Second. And on the public hearing, first one is case number 2024-003- request from Thurman Anderson, represented by Chisholm Mill, to rezone part of the parcel 048-017, 10.5 acres on Charlie Fuller Road from RD to R1. Okay?
Okay, hey guys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I need to make a motion to go into the public hearing. So moved. Second?
Second.
All in favor? We are now in public hearing.
All right, this actually is the Chisholm Mills. They were here last month actually, doing some zoning just down the road. And it's going to be at when they did the survey, it ended up being 10.74 acres instead of 10.5 acres. They're going to be doing 7 1.5 acre lots. The city of Luthersville has given them the water taps. This is the last of the 50 that they had. So they will not be doing any more after that. They went to the planning commission. The planning commission recommends approval with the stipulations that they get with the road department in reference to the driveways, because there will be 7 driveways because they're 1.5 acre lots, so they'll be rather close together. And so we'd like to, get with road department and make sure where the driveways will go for each one.
They're concerned that there's enough space to do that, or we
The lots are right at just a little bit under 130 feet. And so the spacing, depending on the site distance, could make a difference. So maybe it will be that the drive needs to go to one side of the lot and the other. Yeah, and I would just say that if you guys are looking to that, and I would recommend that y'all do it contingent upon approval of driveway locations by Meriwether County Public Works.
Yeah, and today we actually just received, the plat with the drawn, they finished out. Yes, sir. I was just gonna let you know that today we just received the plat with the actual drawing. So that's in the packet I just gave you.
This is your district. You had any input or concerns or things you'd like to share?
Well, I think the main thing is gonna be the driveways, working with the road department. I think we've had this issue before on Kenny Nelson's, where we actually made the adjustments on the lots, but, they won't be quite as narrow as the ones on Kenny Nelson.
Right. No, ma'am. And the one on T.D. Nelson also involved about 40 lots. It was a large development. So that really would have created a problem. These are like 7 or 8 lots.
7 total.
7 total. Thank you.
Any other commissioners have any questions they'd like to ask?
I was just gonna, my name's Brandon Larry. I'm the land acquisition manager for Chisholm Mill Homes. Everything has pretty much already been said. We're looking to rezone a 28.5 acre parcel of land off Charlie Fuller Road from RD to R1, which would drop the minimum acreage down to 1.5 acres with water. On the back page of the packet that I gave you is the signed service agreement from the city of Luthersville of the original 50 water meters they gave us. This will pretty much run that list out. We're planning to put 7 homes there. These 3 front pages are 3 of the plans that are similar to something that we would put out there. 16 to 1,700 square feet, be selling them for $350,000 to $375,000. We, like she said, our goal, we have a meeting at 11 a.m. on Thursday with the planning and zoning board and some of the public works members to discuss the roads. And, like I said, our goal is to come up with a solution that makes everybody happy.
Actually, a correction, the meeting is not with planning and zoning, it's with special projects and public works. It's not a planning and zoning meeting. It's just an internal discussion.
That's what I meant.
I guess the question I would have would be, what is the plans for the balance of this acreage? This is 10.7 out of 28 acre tract, so there's about 18 acres left.
Yes, sir.
And so just curious on what the plan would be for the balance of that property. Right.
As far as, the only plans I know of that with that piece of property is Thurman Anderson will remain there. He lives, his driveway goes in on that far side, and he'll just remain the owner of that.
And the only reason I bring that up is you're going to have a very narrow area to develop that much property going back, so it may require roads or streets or something. So just curious if they had a plan for that.
Is this property in any kind of conservation?
So you're buying the 29.48 acres for Mr. Thomas.
10.7.
he stated he was purchasing 28, 29 acres. You asked him to rezone 10.7, and Mr. Thurman is going to continue to live in the remaining.
I may have just missaid that. We're only buying the land that we're gonna build the houses on, the
That
10
was
point.
the reason my question too, because I heard that.
I apologize for that. I obviously didn't do a good job of explaining it.
The question I've raised now, the concerns, the environmental concerns, and I believe there was a study that was going to be done to satisfy before the permits were issued from the previous sale. Any of the similar concerns for this parcel?
No,
believe
ma'am.
On the parcel you're referring to, there were some ponds over there at Johnson Village, and some of the neighbors brought up some of the erosion control and drainage issues. We currently have an engineer working on that one. We don't really have any similar things over here, not any of the same issues. We'll be following best erosion control practices. We do submit erosion control plans before we build the houses, so the erosion will be fine. But we don't foresee anything of that nature with we don't plan to add any runoff on these houses.
And these lots are already completely cleared, and I imagine that the ground disturbance will be minimum because they're pretty flat and already cleared.
Anything else? If not, we have a motion to go out of the.
We need to ask if there's anybody pro and ask if there's anybody in opposition.
Is there anybody here that would like to, that's in opposition to this rezoning that would like to speak?
Well, I have some questions about it.
Do you want to come up and take the name and address?
Enrico Dean, my name, 661 Dean Road, Greenville, Georgia. As far as the lot size is changing, is to my understanding, it's 2 acre lots, which normally what we normally have to have in Maywood County Bill.
When they have water from the city, they go down to 1.5 acres.
Yeah, they could go down to 1.5. So as long as there's water, we could change it to 1.5 acres, you're telling me.
Yes.
That's been my concern, because I mean, it's always been to my understanding that 2 acre lot size, 200 feet of road frontage. And I think I talked to you about when I got to do one on Thornton Lane a little bit. You know, some information is not given or privy to everybody, whatever the case may be. That creates a problem when you start, if it's a precedent, if we're gonna set a precedent now saying we're gonna drop from 2 acres to 1.5, if you get, because you told me you could divide you can divide property 4 ways, 4 times. If it's that's exactly what you told me about the 8 acres. The 8 acres y'all bought, they bought up there at Charlie Fuller. That is what's concerning me. This 10 acres is gonna be divided more than four. Okay, so those are things that concern me as a citizen and as a builder. That is something that really concerns me. And that's only
Just direct your comments to the board, please.
okay. That is a concern I have as far as the 2 acre lot sizes. Then the young lady told me when I was talking to her, we could divide the property into 4 different times. Now this 10 acres is going to be divided more than 4. That creates a problem for me. And I follow code and I try and follow the rule, but that's my concern.
Well, what they changed a couple of years ago.
This was just this year when I spoke to her about it.
That's what I'm saying. Within like the last year, right before we came on board, they changed it to where you can divide up to 4 times as long as you meet all the requirements without having to go through posting and planning and zoning. Once you go over that 4th one, you fall under what they call subdivision stipulations. Then you have to submit other plans and.
I understand.
So
That work.
You have to have
what it's done is 2 acre minimum for the 200 foot, but the 200 foot is really at the building line in front of the house. At the building, others, you could have a piece of property that's going in 100 foot wide, and then when it gets to the building site on back, it has to be 200 feet minimum. 2 acres because of your well and septic tank. But if you have city water, or if we had county water, they would be at 8.5 lots because you don't have to worry about the water, the sewer, and the well tying in together. So yes, he's meeting all the requirements that this county has out there.
And I understand. My thing was that's why I wanted to get the information. And you all have that in writing so we can see that as well.
Rick, I'll get with you. I can show you where the codes are on that. I'll make you a copy.
And that's my thing. So I have the code from going forward for myself as well. Because I went out and spoke with you about those things, because I wanted to know before I bought the property. Now that's what I said. My only thing is rules, and I want to follow the same rules everybody else follow. And I want everybody follow the same rules I follow. But I did go speak to the young lady. I'm a director to you all, but I spoke with her pertaining to that 8 acres a lot, 8 acres up there. And that's when it was told to me about the four lots, you can divide it into 4 different times or whatever the case may be. That's the only thing that I had concern about. I don't have anything against them buying the property and utilize the property. My thing is I want to understand the rules.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's it.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Anybody? If not, do we have a motion to come out of the public hearing?
So moved.
Got a motion, got a second? Second. All in favor? We are now out of the public hearing. And,
This is my district, and I would, make a recommendation to approve, pending the, I guess the best way to say, the settlement of how the driveway locations.
I would just say pending approval of the driveway locations by Meriwether County Public Works and Special Projects. I would get Bill Kaufman involved in that too.
Is that sufficient?
I'll second it.
got a motion?
That was a motion.
We got a motion?
Second.
A second, by Mr. Ryan, all in favor? It passed. Thank you, sir. Good luck. We'll move right on to appointments. Planning Commission to fill an unexpired term that will end on 1/5/2025. District 4. Right?
I make a motion to table it before.
Table it. We got a motion?
Second.
We got a second, all in favor? That'll be tabled. We have no unfinished business. So we'll go right on into new business. Number 1, request from District 4 Department of Public Health to increase temporary food service permits to $50 to be in line with the other counties.
Chairman Commissioners, this is something that goes through the Department of Health, and we would recommend that you guys approve that increase from $30 to $50. That way it puts it consistent with every other counties in the region.
Any questions, or do I have a motion to approve that?
I'll make a motion to approve, and we're gonna actually do that again tomorrow at the meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys will accept it at that point.
This will be in effect back to January 1 of this year.
We got a motion, do I have a second? Second. We got a second, all in favor? Thanks, sir. Number 2, to approve and allow the chairman to sign the ACCG Georgia County Internship Program Grant Agreement for the probate court.
Yes, sir, Chairman, Commissioners. This is, actually, it's going to be 2 agreements, items, number 2 and number 3. This is the ACCG intern program that we have done, Judge Rasnick for the last 3 years. And then, this is also an intern for the tax assessor's office. So we recommend signature. It's something that ACCG is paying for, and we look forward to having the interns in our offices.
They will cover the cost of that up to $50 an hour at 200 hours of action work.
Do we have a motion to go ahead and approve that for the chair to sign? Second. And second, all in favor? Okay. Number 3, as he mentioned, is pretty much the same thing. It's a different department. Approve and allow the chairman to sign the ACCG Georgia County Internship Program Grant Agreement for the tax assessor's office. You already.
Yes, sir.
So do we have a motion to let the chair sign?
And
Second.
In a second, all in favor? Thank you. Move right on to number 4. Request to approve a support letter for the Development Authority of Harrison County EDGE application. They, is that they also?
That's something else.
They saw Allsys.
LLC and allow the chairman to sign.
This is something that when you have development in adjoining categories, adjoining counties, and they are in the process of trying to get a grant, various other things, they do seek those seek the support of that. And this creates jobs. Hopefully what you'll have there is that it will also maybe at some point fund some jobs here in Meriwether, maybe some of our citizens will go, or a lot of times, it might cause another support industry to come here and locate. So we would recommend approval of this. And as we're a tier 1 county that's joined, and that's an important piece for the economic development group that they would have. So that's why they want to get it from the adjoining counties.
Any questions from the board? If not, do we have a motion to, chair to sign?
Second.
Motion second, all in favor?
Thank you.
Number 5, request to increase the county credit level.
Mr. Chairman, Board of Commissioners, in front of you have a agenda item. Section 14 is our credit card purchasing ordinance. And 14-6, the limit can be set from time to time from the Board of Commissioners. I'm requesting and recommending that the increase the credit card limit from 12,000 to 25,000 due to the previous finance director issuing checks for hotel stays, emergency purchases. This will still stay under the $5,000 threshold that myself and the administrator can approve. It just allows us to move more efficiently in getting everything done instead of writing checks and just going to a credit card.
We ran into some issues when we had bought some equipment and tried to schedule schools and exceeding the limit, so then we had to turn and cut checks. So it really changes nothing other than the ability to have a higher credit limit increase. Does not change the individual purchase threshold whatsoever.
Who reviews and signs off on these purchases monthly, quarterly?
I do, Commissioner.
So you requesting?
Every month I sign off on. We have 5 credit cards out right now with the probate court, the sheriff, tax commissioner, myself, and IT. Every month they submit the purchase orders to pay the credit card. I sign off on the orders. They stay within the threshold, and then we pay the credit card bill.
Any of them needing the credit limit increase also?
So this is just an overall countywide credit limit. The elected officials have a $1,250 limit. I have a $12,000 limit. IT has a $5,000 limit. But countywide, we only have a $12,000 limit.
So this covers all 5 cards?
Yes, sir. And it would just increase the county limit to 25. And once we have the new administrator start, he would also get a credit card for that purchase for the board to do their training.
Any other questions? If not, we will have a motion to increase the county credit card limit.
So moved.
We've got a second. Second, all in favor? Thank you.
Thank you.
Number 6, request to move the ARPA funds to the general fund.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, Board of Commissioners, in front of you have also another agenda request to move the ARPA funds that are held at Colony Bank, the total 3.516436.69 to the general fund. They were reported as lost revenue to the general fund. Behind that, you will see where in March of 2022, Bill Gregory reported everything to the federal government as lost revenue. So there is no obligation of the funds as of December 31st of this year. They've all been obligated. Staff recommends option 1 that we move the funds from ARPA from Colony Bank to First People's Bank, where the general fund is currently located, and rename it General Fund Projects. That way it is tracked, so you'll know exactly what comes out of that existing line. I think Commissioner Thurgood had an issue that he wanted to know what was spent out of that line, and this would accommodate that. We would set up a new bank account, a ledger account, and everything that moves through that bank, you would see exactly what comes out of it.
But it wouldn't keep showing up on the auditor's report as dollars out there. And what it does is having been the way it's been taken care of, it kind of opens the door for you guys, gives you a lot of flexibility on use, but it would be accounted for in a separate bank account.
Yes, sir.
You
I
don't
have a question. We didn't have to obligate it at that point. The original stipulations were to obligate it by a certain date, but then those stipulations went away. So why did we mark it as obligated when it's actually not?
I think that what Bill was trying to do, and of course he's not here, I think what he was trying to do is just get it where you could clear it with the auditors and leave you guys as much opportunity to use it and flexibility.
The original stipulations of the money being received stated that we had until sometime in 2024 to make those obligations. If not, it would be go back to the federal government.
Right.
But those stipulations went away.
Yeah.
So there was no obligation to it. We didn't have to report it as obligation. So it's really a false loss of revenue. And I think to move it into something, yes, it'd be great to have it as a line item, but I think the verbiage and statements here is we did obligate this money. Stated is obligated.
Commissioner, when Mr. Gregory designated it as lost revenue, that obligated it, I believe, to a revenue line in the thing. And And that was just one of the ways that you could obligate it. We could have said, we're going to spend it on this, that, or the other, and that's an obligation, but by assigning it as lost revenue, that was the obligation in the US Treasury's eyes. Maybe not with standard accounting rules or other business practices, but in US Treasury's eyes, that counts as obligation. So that,
We're obligated
Maybe
to spend it
somebody-
on lost only projects.
no, so we obligated it as lost revenue.
The stipulation from the federal government was if it's under $10 million, you can report it as lost revenue to the general fund. That's what Mr. Gregory did. And the auditors made that entry and recorded in FY 22. It's outstanding on our books of FY 23. They are going to recommend it be moved again when they do their presentation once FY 23 audit is complete, because right now it's a due to the general fund because it was recognized as lost revenue to the general fund and reported to the US Treasury as lost revenue to the general fund.
You guys, and you tell me if I'm wrong with this, I think the board could, in moving these dollars over and setting up the account, could establish it where only the Board of Commissioners would have to approve any
Correct.
Oh, yes, sir.
out of that.
Which you can do in this one, is it
Well,
3.5 million?
It's still part of a budget process for this
Mhm.
board. We are the budget board of this county. It should have never been moved without our authorization.
Yeah, well, it's
That's
gonna
what we
continue to show up in the audit.
Right, I'm not trying to be an ass about anything, but it really should have never moved without us saying move.
Right.
That's what we did.
But we're trying to account for it, and I know John was where, because he understands you guys have some special thoughts on that. So he's trying to get it to where we get better interest on it and yet still protect that money from just going into the general fund and be spent on general items. And I think you could, approve it contingent upon it having to have this board's approval.
Is there-
for any expenditure.
To answer your question, Mr. Sturgill, is you can actually, I've spoke to Will with Marlon Jenkins, and legally you can do this. You can commit the $3.5 million out of the fund balance to say you want these projects done and committed. So it would only, the ARPA funds would be moved to the general fund, but it would be committed fund balance to whatever projects the board so much chooses to do it. It'd just be coming out of the fund balance instead of,
Right, as long as it's a line item that it will indicate each
Yes,
individual
sir.
use and it's not used until this board says what it can
Mhm.
actually be used for. And I don't think that it should actually be accessible to the $5,000 that we give to administrators and things like that either to come out. I think that needs to have some type of lock on that particular account that until this board says what that money can be used for and voted on in a public forum, that it can't go anywhere.
yes, sir. That's the whole idea of creating a separate thing.
I'm not mad about this. I think that's good.
Yes, sir.
We're getting money. I'm mad about the fact that it was moved.
I understand.
I didn't know. Yeah.
But yes, sir, we will not touch any of the money that goes into the general funds project bank account line unless the board approves us to spend $1 out of it.
Because if you don't do it that way, you get it in and you nickel and dime it till at the end of the day, you can't say what you used it for. So, I think that procedure will work well.
Adam, you being quiet.
Any other discussion?
You did good. I agree with Brian. I mean, it's frustrating that it's moved without the approval of the board, but if this is gonna get us in a better position and we need to have control over it. It was a gift for the county. We want to make sure we use it appropriately to better
Yes, sir.
the environment for the citizens and not just use it on random whim projects.
Yes, sir. That's why we didn't want to commingle it with the general fund. We want to separate it. That way it'll be tracked accordingly based on the board's approval. And it gives us a 5%, interest on the investment pool. If we put it there until the board chooses to spend it instead of gaining 0.5% interest right now in the bank, $150 compared to 15. It just puts the county in a better position financially.
That's absolutely the right thing to do, as long as we got the controls.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Mentioned, we'll see what
All right, so we have a motion to move the ARPA fund to general fund. So moved. And second, all in favor?
Thank you.
After all that, there you go.
Do we want to,
I understand. I completely understand.
do we want to give Flint River another opportunity to be on another schedule? And that'd be the last hand, if they don't make that, we just read proclamation out, present them something at school, or
They got about 6 minutes to make it
Yeah, I
tonight.
have not received any word from them yet. They were in the fifth inning.
so do we want to read it off, or do we want to try to give them opportunity to be at the next one?
Give them an opportunity.
I think that's the best.
So we'll do that, and with that being said, we'll go right into report from county administrator.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. We received a note from ACCG. This is a memorandum of understanding between the state of Georgia and the local governments on the opioid distributor situation, and they're asking each participating local government to come and vote as part of the process. And okay, you can't hear me. I'm sorry. Okay. So anyway, the meeting is going to be scheduled. Our meeting will be in Harris County Library. What we need to do is to have the board designate somebody and return this form by March the 15th to be the person who will come to that meeting and vote on the delegate of who will be representing the opioid group. So it's something that they're asking that we do, and I would recommend that we turn this in with one of you guys, or if you want a staff person to do it, we can do it either one. But we do need to be there on March the 15th to attend and cast the vote for who's going to be our representative. And I think what they're trying to do is they've got this, these dollars that are coming back in, and I think the issue is going to be how to distribute those dollars back to the various counties. So we recommend that we do designate somebody to be the delegate for this, and respond back to ACCG.
I'll actually be out of town, or I would do it.
I'll be out of town on that. So
Okay.
I didn't need to look at my account in the truck, and if I'm
Yeah.
not, already said it that day, I'm glad. We're going to be held at.
It's at Harris County Library. Yeah.
What's the date again?
The date is March, that meeting's going to be March the 27th at 10 o'clock. But we've got to notify them by the 15th.
Oh,
It's
okay.
actually March
27th.
27th at 10 o'clock.
Okay, that's all.
All right, we designate her. Very good, thank you. Other, that's right. Other issues we got, just want to let you guys know, we, staff's been working on, got the 2024 big resurfacing project is ready to go. I think I've got it slated for a, April the 12th, bid over today. We'll bring it back to you guys. I finished everything with that. I'm on the verge of finishing the work that's been done on the courthouse roof. We'll get that project out. I think it's looking at potentially a date marks maybe April, the second meeting in April, for us to be able to have that designated. And we're working on a presentation for the leadership Meriwether. I think that's March the 21st. And it will be an all-day deal, start here. We'll go through all the, things that we've done, the organization in the county, et cetera. And be glad to have anybody come by. Y'all are more than welcome to do the presentation, or if you want to come by, just say hi. Staff will take care of the presentation, however y'all want to do it. Okay. And so with that, we've just been pretty busy trying to keep everything going, and got some more projects that we're working for. Get some proposals out on those very soon. So that's really all I have.
Okay. Yes, sir. Chairman, Commissioners, quite a few meetings this week or over the last 2 weeks, industrial development, water and sewer, airport authority. Also had a chance to go out to Middlebrooks Road. We had Miss Baker here at the last meeting, went out there. We're going to be working on presenting some quantities and prices to improve the road. Probably not pave, but cross pipes and ditch and gravel to improve that for the residents. We also have an update on the covered bridge, not an official update, but just a little update to tell y'all where we are. We have spoken with the State Historical Preservation Division, and we have spoken with the Georgia Trust for Historical Preservation. Neither one of them have any regulatory or compliance issues for us on the covered bridge since we are using local money, but they will and are willing to review and advise us on the procedures. They've also provided documents that for the historical nature of it, best practices, and then we're going to be coordinating that with the restoration specialist. And then once we get feedback from those, have him redo his scope of work, and then they will come back to the board. But just want to let you guys know, we have been having the conversations. Everything's been positive. It is a good well, the filming has been moved down the calendar some, so we don't have any tight timeframes for the repair. But as soon as we get final details, we'll bring them back to y'all.
Did we ever get the engineer report that was requested?
We got we got an opinion letter. We didn't get the full report, but we did get an opinion letter from theirs.
Or if anybody move forward till we get that full report?
I don't know if it's a professional standard just to send the opinion letter versus the full report. But it addresses and brings up
There won't
the
be a
questions.
professional standard for this board to address the historical treasurer.
Mhm. Right.
I think we made that clear at the last meeting.
Yeah.
So we needed to see that engineer's
Sure.
report before we move
Mhm.
forward. We don't have it.
Okay. And we'll follow up and ask.
That's gonna be what the opinion letter is based off of, but it would be good to
I
have.
can't show them.
Yeah. It's,
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
no, you're fine.
But one of the coaches is almost here, and he's asked that, go ahead and do it with Coach Hoffman. When he gets here, the boys have like 35 games, so they don't.
Hope he's here by the time we.
I do too, I told him.
Good. Anything else there, Luke?
No, sir.
Report from the county commissioners. Brian.
The only thing I have is when we had all the rains come through the county, there was a particular road in my area that the culvert washed out. They got on that pretty quick. They had it fixed in a week and a half. So I just wanted to thank, Public Works for that part too. And that's all I have.
Same with the storms, there was a lot of communication, a lot of good feedback. I shared some of that with the staff, with people, appreciated what work was done and some other repairs that were done. So trying to forward the positive feedback as we get it instead of just talking about the negative. I would ask that the rest of the commissioners, and when we talked about this in the last meeting, come up with a road list for putting out a bid, a large scope project for potholes on the road that didn't get into Lamig. There's several that, like in my district, King Road, Stovall Road from here, Hardy back to Greenville, Wallace Road, for example, those that need some work. I'm sure there's others in your district. We can do one large bid package and see if we couldn't get some more work done. So.
Yeah, I don't think we received the feedback on those roads yet, but as soon as we can get them, we'll that's one of our next keys.
That's why I wanted to bring it up, was to urge it, if y'all could, let's get that feedback. Right. So we can get that moving.
And there may be, it looks like there may be some opportunities to have some other, state funding, LMIG type money. If that does happen, and I think it will, we'll come back, we'll talk to you guys, we'll put together another complete package. We're about to let this one in early April, so if we get this other, we could get a second, going for the year.
Is there any kind of timeline on that, when we think that may?
House, no, you track that, that dollars from the state that's coming.
That portal will open up April 1st, from what I understand from the last update I watched, and you have through, I think, July to apply for that.
So we may back half of the year for.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all I have is that, and then thank everyone for what they're doing
Well, just remind everybody, there's presidential preference early voting taking place. And it was quite interesting. Saturday, we had the Brown Sugar Festival in Greenville. And with that being said, I appreciate the willingness for elections to hold an election on a Saturday in the middle of a festival. And I assured Patty that we're working to try to get elections office relocated. And with that being said, the festival was very successful. They awarded 2 scholarships, one to Manchester High School student and one to Greenville. Yesterday was the Water and Sewer Authority had a workshop, and then today Airport Authority had a workshop. And I just want to commend all the board members on both authorities. And I feel better about us going with a countywide water program than I have ever felt in the past. With that being said, there's a willingness of board members to think outside the box, to grow the system with existing municipalities, and then, it's gonna take a lot of work, but we won't ever get a countywide water system without the leadership of the authority members. And of course, Mr. Gay is, a wealth of knowledge on both of them, and I so appreciate his willingness to hang in there with us. So, thank you.
They were good meetings.
That it?
That's it for me.
Go.
I just like to thank all the staff, employees for the job they do, especially road department. Seems like every time we get ahead, we get 6 inches of rain overnight. Love that smoke covers. That's all I have.
Pretty much the same, like Brian and Adam said, I was riding around with a little red truck and that rain was coming through, taking pictures and checking pipes and communicating with Barry. It seemed like no matter what I sent to them, I saw action within hours. And I called and said, there's a road underwater. I come back through barricade rush. So we really got to commend them, get out there and get things done. And really with 6.5 inches of rain, we didn't get a lot of ugly phone calls or complaints. They're working on getting the roads in pretty good shape to where they did get it. Like one person commented, I think on Meriwether page or something, they showed the car with the road underwater. Someone said, we all want to go to the next commissioner to make a complaint. So I responded back, I go, none of us on the board can control 6.5 inches of rain. But come on, because even my road's a paved road and a section of it was underwater for 3 days because all the creek going to the Flint River. And the Flint River could not take it anymore. And I'm right there at the Flint River to Line Creek. And I went yesterday to see how high the sand pushed up. And it went up 22 feet. That's but yeah. And say if I didn't, that's you. And then tomorrow deadline 28, we all set.
Yes,
Did
sir.
you have a comment on that?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, sir, we are. It's set. I updated the SAM registration and everything. Had a little bit of a problem getting John and I on there, but I'll be working tonight or tomorrow night as well. So yes, sir, it is.
There are no need for further executive session. I do believe Allison doesn't want you to close the meeting.
Not quite yet. I think they're on their way.
Yeah, they're supposed to be here.
Yeah. Here we
Yeah,
go.
he looks like a baseball.
Perfect time.
Well, so if we're not gonna go into executive session, we can take a few minutes here.
Thank you.
Here it goes.
So to,
Hoffman.
we're glad you
Look,
can make it. We're,
Appreciate y'all waiting on.
yeah, well, we're gonna read a proclamation for you and the team and, we'd love to have all the players. We would love to have all the players here, but I understand they all go from one sport to the next.
Still in baseball, right?
And right, so, here we go right here. So, if you don't mind, there's this proclamation of congratulations to the 2023 Flint River Academy Wildcat varsity football team. Whereas Meriwether County celebrates the 2023 Flint River Academy Wildcat varsity football team's success in winning the GIA state championship. And whereas under the visionary leadership of head coach Kirk Hoffman, assistant coaches Jim Moreland, Matt Neighbors, Tyler Collins, Mike McCrary, and Garrett Brown, and through the support of the team members, families, family, friends, Flint River Academy faculty, and the student body, this dream became a reality. And whereas the 2023 Flint River Academy Wildcat varsity football team competed in Georgia, Florida, and Alabama, and completed a perfect 12-0 season on their way to compete in the state championship that was held at Mercer University in Macon, Georgia on December the 1st, 2023. And whereas the 2023 Flint River Academy Wildcats varsity football team demonstrated their ability to secure a win when they took the field and defeated the Robert Toombs Academy from Lyons, Georgia, with a score of 14-7. With this win, the 2023 Flint River Academy Wildcats varsity football team became the GIAA state champions. And as whereas several boys on the team have competed together at Flint River Academy since they were in the 5th or 6th grades, the 2023 Flint River Academy football team players include Cal Cartwright, Number 0, Jet Collins. Number 1, Hunter Waddell. Number 2, Sully Jones. Number 3, Tyler Paisley. Number 4, Hunter Normandeau. Number 5, Connor Emerson. Number 7, Ethan Newman. Number 8, Mason Jones. Number 9, Jay Stanton Richard. Number 10, Lucas Martin. Number 11, Rocco Barbie. Number 13, Braden Waddell. Number 14, Carson Raspberry. Number 16, Eli Phillips. Number 17, Trent Young. Number 18, Thomas Knight. Number 20, Rhett Stonebreaker. Number 22, Isaac Vasquez. Number 24, Thomas Gelback. Number 28, Eli Perry. Number 33, Hayden Salter. Number 34, Brody Howard. Number 40, Wes Hunter. Number 54, Christopher Callahan. Number 55, Dayton Stevens. Number 70, Adam Brooks. Number 74, Aiden Hand. Number 76, Braden Smith. Number 78, and Bo Cheney. Number 99. And whereas the Meriwether County Board of Commissioners recognized the 2023 Flint River Academy Wildcat varsity football team in this outstanding achievement. Now therefore be it resolved that Meriwether County Board of Commissioners hereby extend their congratulations to the 2023 Flint River Academy football team, coaches, and volunteers. Be it further resolved that this proclamation will be spread upon the minutes of this meeting by the county clerk, and she is hereby directed to transmit a suitable copy to Coach Kirk Hoffman, dated this 27th day of February, 2024. Thank you, sir.
We'll get a picture.
I'm coming right.
Oh, okay. Come around there. All right. Come on.
Got y'all move around a little bit.
Hey, we need to, but it's there a while.
Trying to figure out where I need to go. It's fine, or y'all. It's fine.
Sorry, guys.
Get us all. You get Gene Tanner. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank y'all again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Good luck, sir.
Yes.
Got one of the things, Chairman, when we adjourn. That you did here. We actually have with us tonight. I didn't see him here. He was sitting behind his chair. I think he's been here most of the evening. We actually have Mr. Jared McCarthy here tonight. Come on up to the podium here. Jared is our new county administrator. Will be coming on board next Monday, the 4th.
Yes, sir.
And we're glad to have him on board. And I think he's going to do a phenomenally good job. I've been very impressed with my conversations with him, and I think it'll be a wonderful time. Expecting a lot of good success, and of course we'll be here to support him. I know you guys will, and just want to say congratulations to you, and we look forward to having you on board.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome with you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Excited to get started.
And I apologize for not recognizing why I just didn't see you. I saw Larry over there, but I didn't see you sitting.
That's all.
Larry's what threw us all.
That's right. Yeah.
All right, he's already stated there's no reason for executive session, so future meetings and notices is March 13th, 2024, regular meeting at 9 a.m., March 26th, 2024, regular meeting at 6 p.m. They'll have a motion to adjourn. So moved. You got a motion? Second, my favorite. We are adjourned at 6:53.